Now it is time for game number 3, a punishment game.
Welcome, one and all, to game number 3. I have a bit of explaining to do because this game will not be your ordinary checkers game. This game is a punishment game. Whoever wins this game will move on to the interscholastics. However, the loser of this game will face a dreadful punishment. And the punishment shall be getting turned into a checker.
Mr. Ratburn, could you provide some details about the nature of this punishment?
With pleasure. The student who is turned into a checker shall be used in next year's checkers match. If the checker that there is still on the board at the end of the game, then the person who is turned into that checker shall return to a human form. However, if the checker that they have been turned into is removed from the board at the end of the game, then that person will be officially dead.
Well, then, let the games begin. I can't wait to see Arthur sent off to his horrible fate.
About that, you will not be able to witness this game being played because this game, being a punishment game, is going to take place in a different dimension. However, the match will be televised on channel 352.
I always did wonder what that channel was for.
Now, Arthur and Braid, come with me to a different dimension. The dimension of the punishment games. Welcome to the dimension of the punishment games. This is where your checkers match shall take place.
But Mr. Radburn, there is no checkers board here.
There is, but you must stop looking for it with your eyes and see it with your heart.
But Mr. Radburn, this is not my strong suit.
Well, surprise, surprise. It looks like your intellect isn't so perfect when it gets stretched.
How dare you diss me? I never did anything to you. Besides, don't tell me that you can see the board.
Well, I'm trying.
Guys, you must believe that the board is there. Only then will you be able to see it. You will both be punished if you are unable to do so.
I can see it.
Same. To me.
Then it is time for the game to begin. I must inform you, though, that the rules for the punishment game variation of checkers are slightly different than the original version. For one thing, in this game you get rid of your opponent's checkers not by jumping over them, but by landing directly on top of them.
But Mr. Radburn, changing the rules like this is interfering with my strategy.
Suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up.
Also, there will be additional rules that I will reveal when I feel like it. And now, let the punishment games begin.
Yay, I got your checker. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A handful of turns later. Bad move, Aardvark.
No!
Yes, you are down to one checker now. Are you going to give up?
No. I will never give up.
Arthur, what has happened to you?
You have awakened my ultimate form. I am King Arthur. King of checkers. And king of everything. I will now be sending you off to your punishment.
I'd like to see you try, silly hat guy. Oh no, you eliminated 3 of my checkers in one turn.
Well done, Arthur. As a reward for your feat, you may return 3 of your own checkers to the game board.
What? You never told us about the rule.
I know.
This changes nothing. Victory is just a few moves away for me. There. I jumped two of your checkers. Also, you have to king me.
Ha. That square that you landed on was a trap. That means that you lose that checker along with 2 additional checkers.
Mr. Ratburn, Arthur's just making up rules.
On the contrary, Alan, Arthur is not making up rules. He is simply discerning them with his heart.
My turn.
Wow, Arthur. I guess that stupid hat doesn't stop you from making bad moves. You are down to 1 checker again, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to prevent me from jumping it on my next turn. Your punishment is coming.
On the contrary, Brain. Oh, so absolutely on the contrary. I move my checker onto a bonus square.
And how is that going to save you?
The bonus is that 2 of your checkers closest to my checker have switched onto my side. That means I have 3 checkers now and you cannot jump me.
Fine, but the road to victory is still clear to me. Yes, I have set myself up to triple jump you on my next turn. Let's see you try to weasel out of it this time.
Why should I need to weasel out of something that will never happen?
Huh?
On my next turn, I shall position my 3 checkers in the V formation, ending the game in my favor.
You can't be serious, Mr. Ratburn. Please disqualify Arthur for making up rules.
Sorry, Brain, but Arthur is making use of an old and well-established rule. Any competitor, if they have 3 checkers remaining, and if they position those 3 checkers in a V formation, then the victory is instantly theirs.
And that's it, Alan. Prepare for punishment.
And Arthur has won Game 3, defeating the Brain in the best 2 out of 3 series. Arthur shall be going to the Interscholastics. And Alan shall receive the punishment.
But Mr. Ratburn, I don't want to be turned into a checker for a whole entire year and then probably die.
I am sorry, Brain, but you lost a punishment game, and this is what you get.
No,
You look so stupid as a checker.
Mr. Ratburn, if nothing else, could you at least make me a black checker instead of a red one?
Absolutely not, Alan. See you next year. And as for you, Arthur, congratulations. I will be returning you to your own home.
At Arthur's home.
So, Arthur, how did the third match go?
The third game of checkers was not an ordinary game. It was a punishment game. I won the game and I'm going to the Interscholastics. Brain, on the other hand, received a punishment.
And what punishment would that be?
He was turned into a checker for an entire year, and he will be used in a checkers match next year, and he will probably die.
Arthur, Arthur, Arthur. I am so proud of you. All of your groundings have officially been revoked. Go to Chuck E. Cheese's immediately.
No problem. Buster? Hi, Arthur. I just wanted to say how impressed I was with your game. Also, I'm sorry that I got mad at you for dumb reasons. Hey, I understand. I promise from now on to use solely my talent and never cheat again. Anyway, let's have some fun in games. After this, it will be time for me to prepare for the Interscholastics.